Right, as you can see by the little caption I made on YouTube, Brad has left the building. He's handed his notice and he's gone. There is a little video that the three of us, me, Frey and Brad, have put together after this little clip. So keep watching, stay tuned to watch that. But very, very quickly, Brad's gone. I don't know why I keep laughing, because to be honest with you, he's gone, and he came in and he handed his notice, and he wasn't a shock because he's 25 years old. He wants to progress in his life, and who can hold him back? And you know, am I gutted? Yeah, I'm absolutely devastated he's gone. I think he's a bit upset that he's had to go. He wanted to stay, but you know, bigger things out there, bigger money out there. He got a young family. So anyway, that's the reason why he's going. So Brad, very quickly then, he came to me, Brad, 17 years old, and somebody phoned me and said, look, this young lad, he's had an accident out on site. I won't talk about it. He doesn't like talking about it for obvious reasons, but another builder had chucked him in and asked him to do something that was totally unreasonable, and as a result of it, Brad got severely hurt and ended up in hospital. It wasn't a good thing. He was off work for months and months and months. So anyway, training provider phoned me up and said, look, I've got this young lad, he's called Brad, he's been hurt, and he wants to come straight back out on site and wants to get in amongst it and you know, get dirty and soaking wet, and he wants to crack on. And I thought, wow, you know, you can't, it's difficult to get youngsters in and to get him to put a shift in. And this lad, he's been hurt. He's obviously been hurt quite severely, and he wants to come straight back and crack on with somebody decent. So I thought, yeah, we'll give him a go. So he came back. He'd been in a hospital bed, in his own bed, for many months, and you know, he'd put on a couple of pound and stuff, and you know, he wasn't the best of shape or fitness, but we bared with him. And do you know what, I was really humbled by it and impressed by it so much that I just thought, you know, an opportunity came. Previous employee Joe, he left, who was equally as decent and as good as Brad. I thought, you know what, this kid, he deserves a chance. So we gave him a chance, and he came in, and he had an awful lot to learn about life, and about how to keep time, and you know, how to act on site in front of customers. And he didn't know how to cut slabs, he didn't know how to mix cement, and you know, the whole thing was literally start from scratch and go. So that's what we did. So I put a lot of hard effort into Brad, not just into work, but into his life and who he is, and tried to better him. So I'd like to think I've done that for him. But he came in, and to be honest with you, he's been nothing but a, you know, like a breath of fresh air to us. He's really come in, and you know, he kept pushing the boundaries and getting better and better and better. And then I kept on setting boundaries for him to meet, and then as he was meeting them, we were setting new targets for him, and he just kept meeting them. So I watched him turn from a young lad into a grown man. So he's a grown man now, and he's come a long way. So I just wanted to say that. So it's been a brilliant story with Brad, and bringing him along to where he is today, and I've enjoyed every moment of it. So, but the good news is, where there's a bit of bad news, I always like to put a bit of positive on it, and the positive is, Frazer, I can concentrate on Frey now completely, 100%. Frazer's my son, so I'm really looking forward to just putting all my efforts now into Frey and training him. And we have, through the interview process, found somebody to come in and take over Brad. I don't think he's going to fill Brad's position, but like Brad, he can come in, we can work with him, and as long as he's willing to learn and he's willing to get there and get to the end goal over the next couple of years, I'm sure he'll be fine. So we'll show you who this young man is when we come back off holiday. So I'm going to have a break now for about 2 weeks. We're going to Turkey. We're going to put tools down, phones down, no YouTubes, no phone calls, and we're just going to chill out with Lucy. Frazer's coming with us with Cody, his girlfriend. My other daughter Eloise is coming with us as well, and my son Dayton. And Amelia, if you're watching, sorry love, not this time, you haven't been able to make it due to work, but next time we'll get together with Amelia. So if you can watch the video, to be great, but I'd like to tell you a story. And this is a bit doom and gloom. You know me, if you've watched my videos, I don't like to be doom and gloom. I like to turn everything into a joke, but sometimes it's the wrong place for it. And in the video, I didn't really know what to say and what to act, and you know, you can probably see that on the video, so I thought I'd put this out. But a story for you, a funny story from Brad when he came to us many years ago. You got to picture this now, right? So picture a terraced property, and we're working in the back garden. Okay, so there's no kind of access down the sides or anything to get out of this house, right? So there's a garage in the back garden on the next door side of the house, and there's a wall obviously dividing the gardens and everything. So the garden is totally enclosed, there's no access to get in and out, and it was all that they had in the garage was a door with glass in it, and at the bottom of the door, through the glass, you could see a wheel that had like a Rover emblem in it, like the old British car manufacturer Rover. So jokingly, I said to Brad the one day, I said, look at that, Brad. I said, look, how they got a car in that garage there. How the hell have they got a car to get into that garage there? I said, there's no access to get a car in there. And stupidly, Brad, being as naive and as gullible as he was back then, and we've had many times like this with Brad, he turned around and he said, oh yeah, he said, how the bloody hell have they got a car in that garage just? And I thought, wow, we can take this wind up here to another level. So I had a word with Dan, and Dan was brilliant, who was working with us at the time, always up for a laugh, Dan. So I said, Dan, I said, he's hooked onto this. I said, we got him on this. I said, we can reel him in on this. So the next door neighbour was out in the gardens. We called her over and I said, look, this is the situation. Brad's, you know, we're pulling a wind up with Brad. I said, you willing to, you know, get involved? And she said, yeah. She said, certainly, I'm willing for a laugh and a joke. So I said, look, when he comes, he's out the back, out the front now. I said, when he comes through the house now, when he comes back out, I said, just tell him what I say to you. It's a bit strange having a car in the garage over there, isn't it? I said, just, you know, try and make up some cock and bull story of why the car's in the garage. Leave it up to your imagination. So out he comes. We're trying to hold our laughter in now, and the woman's there in the garden. So I said, oh, excuse me. I said, can you tell me? I said, we're all wondering. I said, we've noticed you've got a car parked in the garage. You can see the wheel of the car, the Rover wheel there. I said, can you tell us how the car, you know, how you got the car in the garage and the story behind it? Because it's a bit of a weird one. And she said, yeah. She said, certainly. She said, what it was, she said, my husband was into like classic Rover vehicles from like the 40s and 50s, she said. And he saw this Rover. So she said, when the houses were built, he built the garage around the Rover, and the Rover was actually built into the garage, and then his hope then was to, you know, do the car up and then get to a point where, you know, it was his problem then to be able to get the car out the garage. I said, wow, really? I said, what a fantastic story. And of course I look over to Brad, and he's you know, the cogs are ticking like, and he's thinking about it. Well, to my amazement, he's hooked. You know, he's took the bait, and he's hooked on it. And then, so what we did then is we told our customer we were working for, so they were part of it. But me and Dan at that point had to go out the front to laugh and leave Brad round the back, because he's talking to the client and the customer, the woman next door, about this car and stuff. So we kept this wind up going on and on and on for a couple of months now. Each time, you know, we're having to go around get away from him to laugh our heads off, cry with laughter, because he's, you know, the bloody idiot's hooked on it, like, you know. And this is Brad. This is what Brad's all about. So anyway, cut a long story short, we're then working on a job about 2 or 3 months later, and we say to Mel, the electrician, do you want to play a part in the wind up? So we tell him the wind up. So Mel comes in and I say, look, maybe you can put you're going to helicopter the car out because you've seen it. So comes on site, Mel, the electrician, and he says to Brad, he says to us, he said, I was up your way in Pontypridd, he said, last night. He said, I was looking at an old Rover V6, strangely parked in a garage. And he said, the woman wants to sell it, he said. Brad, straight away, he goes, we were there. We worked on that garden, just it's that job we worked on next door. He said, remember the patio we worked on with a Rover in a garage? So I said, yeah, I remember that, Brad. Again, trying not to laugh our bloody heads off at him. So Mel then continues and he says, well, I've seen the car, absolutely fantastic, it's pristine. So Brad says, yeah, the woman said that the husband worked on it for donkey's years, and it was always his hope before he passed away to get the car out, but he died and couldn't get the car, and the car was left in there. What are you going to do, Mel? Are you buying the car then? Because we worked there. So Mel says, yeah, and he said, I'm gonna get a helicopter in, and I'm gonna take the roof off, and I'm gonna, you know, pay a helicopter pilot to airlift the car out. So Brad says, oh my God, that's what you're going to do, Mel, is it? So again, to our amazement, Brad, he's hook, line and sinkered. He's completely caught onto this story now, believes Mel 150% now that the helicopter's going to come and take the car out. So then we kind of let it go then and just mentioned it once every now and again. But it took us about another 3 months to think, oh, bugger it, we'll come clean now and tell him. And of course we told him, and that, you know, it was out then, that it was a wind-up, and what a wind-up that was. But we've had many like that over the years with Brad, and it really has been a treat to have been able to share those moments with him and work with him. And I've had a good few lads over the years where I've been able to do the same. I won't mention them, but they know who they are, and I keep in touch with a lot of them to this day, and no doubt I'll keep in touch with Brad. So watch the video, see what you think of it, just to give him a bit of a send-off. Please leave your comments in the comment section below, just to wish him well in his trucking career. And if you ever see a big fat Welsh guy driving a juggernaut behind you, stuffing his face with a custard slice or a burger or a Greg's pasty or something, then have a second glance, because you never know, it could be the Welsh wildebeest, it could be Brad. So yeah, watch the video, and I'll come back to you at the end. Cheers. Right, it's Brad's last day in work today. He's handed his notice in because he don't like Frazer and he don't like me. So you're off. Explain to him why you're going, Brad.
Gonna go do some trucking.
He's gonna be a bloody Yorkie man, isn't he? Bar a Yorkie in his hand all day, and he's gonna go and do some trucking. So yeah, he's without blithering on about this, he's decided to go and explore his horizons and go and do some trucking. And we're giving him our blessing. We're not going to hold him back. So we'd like to wish him all the very best. So I think we're all a bit gutted, didn't we? Because there's no issue. You wanted to ultimately stay. We got your family and everything to think about, and I can't afford to pay your 40 grand that you might end up on.
Hopefully more HGV, and I don't know.
We'll keep in touch, mate.
Yeah.
There's a real shame. You got to try and find somebody else now to fill his big boots and his big stomach. And yeah. So what have you got? What did you buy for me? You got me a little present.
Right, they've already seen them, but I've got Frazer, a bottle of Smirnoff, not copyright. I got him a bottle of Penderyn Welsh whiskey.
Penderyn Welsh whiskey from just outside the Brecon Beacons, yeah.
From Penderyn, like it says. Just come on now.
Penderyn. There we are. All right then.
Well, you can have that. You can put that in your seat.
Thank you very much, Brad. Thank you very, very much. Right, I've got him something.
I don't know what it is though.
But you're going to have to close your eyes.
It's going to be something stupid.
You ready to close your eyes?
Go on then.
Right, close them, don't open them.
I'll look away.
Hang on.
You got me a bag of goodies, haven't you?
Stay there. Stay there, got to get things ready. Open your eyes.
There's a
So you'd seen on previous videos that Brad's scared of frogs, so I thought I'd get him to commit the frog. Look, Brad, he likes you. He wants to kiss you. Look, Brad.
You can shove it up your
So
ass.
I want you to put that on the side of your truck to remember Brickright and me and Frazer. You could be a little friend. Every time you think of me and Frazer, you can just give him a little stroke like that.
Can you do Kermit's voice?
I haven't practiced that. You've put me on the spot now, haven't you?
Come on.
No, probably better to do Miss Piggy's voice.
Go on then, Mrs. Piggy.
I don't know I can't remember what Kermit sounds like. Anyway, that's that. Right, so you can keep that in your truck.
Do you know who's going to have this?
Who's that?
Scarlett.
Scarlett's
My little girl's having it.
Scarlett's his daughter. So I got another little one for you. But you can.
She's going to look at that. She's going to be scared.
Where's he gone? Don't know what this is. You have to open him.
What do you mean you don't know what it is?
Well, I know what it is. You have to open it and show him.
What is this? Oh my god, what the hell is
Well,
that?
try him on
A
then.
burger hat. I ain't gonna fit my head.
Come on, show him properly.
No,
Come on, just show him properly what it is.
Where's a burger hat? It doesn't even fit my head.
Yeah, it does, man.
Oh, that's tight, mind. A burger hat.
There we are. What do you think of that?
And you got a crack and
What's it got in there? It's got a bit of lettuce in it. Bit of
You could take a tomato out.
There we are. You probably end up trying to eat that now, wouldn't you?
How much have you wasted on this crap?
And I got you something else.
Oh.
Hang on, bear with.
A burger hat. It don't even fit my head. Whoever delivered that. And I got a bottle of Jack's, look. Whiskey, I love whiskey. Oh, thank you very much.
Cost me a frigging fortune. I'll have that bloody bottle of whiskey.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got a bottle of whiskey. I got a bottle of whiskey. You got a burger hat and Kermit the Frog. What more do you want?
Another bottle of whiskey.
So, Brad, all joking aside, it has been an absolute pleasure, mate. I'm really gutted, to be honest, and Frazer is as well, and you Frey, that you're going. We've got on really, really well. You've brought a lot to the business, and I'm really, really sad to see you go.
Your YouTube world's gonna have to look after him now.
We've got to get a new YouTuber now, haven't we? Somebody to join the club. So, Brad, all the best, mate.
Thank you very much.
I wish you well. I know you'll keep in touch. So keep in touch, and yeah, thank you ever so much for everything you've done, and I hope you knacker your clutch foot and your truck and you have the next 6 months off.
I'm sure I'll be alright.
There we are. Brad is gone. So there we are then. Now you've seen the whole video. Hope you liked it. Please like, comment and subscribe. And don't forget, I'm going away to Turkey for 2 weeks. I'm cancelling everything down, shutting everything down. It's not all about work and YouTube. It's about family as well. So I hope you can understand that. We will be back. We are in the process of making a video on our current project. So when I come back, we'll whack it on YouTube and we can get going again. Take care of yourselves and see you in 2 weeks. Cheers.